University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello, we'll find out tonight if sea air has a bracing effect on the student mind as two teams from the south coast of England play for a place in the second round. Now, the University of Southampton owes its existence to the 19th century benefactor Henry Robinson Hartley, whose money came from the wine trade. It's presumably to honour this association that Southampton students apparently consume way more alcohol than the national student average, which is fearsome enough at the best of times. The university has an emphasis on engineering, the physical sciences and mathematics, and is a partner in the National Oceanographic Centre, based in its waterfront campus. It has around 25,000 students who in the past have included the athlete Roger Black and the broadcaster John Inverdale. Its chair of computer science is currently held by the inventor of the internet, Tim Berners-Lee. Let's meet the Southampton team.
Hi, my name's Richard. I study chemistry with maths at Southampton Uni, and I'm from Dartford in Kent.
I'm Hannah. I'm studying history at the University of Southampton, and I'm originally from Dartford in Kent.
And their captain.
Hi, I'm Peter Cheney. I originally grew up in Belgium, actually, and I'm studying psychology.
My name's Tom Ellison. I'm reading for an MSc in Management and Finance, and I'm from Newcastle.
Now, the University of Brighton, about 60 miles up the coast from their opponents tonight, is one of the so-called new universities which acquired that status in 1992. It was Brighton Polytechnic before that, although it started life as a school of art, which rather quaintly opened in the kitchens of the Royal Pavilion in 1859. Its alumni are an arty lot. Rachel Whiteread and Keith Tyson, both of them Turner Prize winners, studied there, as did Alison Lapper. Tonight's team represent around 21,000 fellow students. Let's meet the Brighton team.
Hi, I'm Ben Jordan. I'm from Brighton and I'm studying English Language and Linguistics.
Hi, my name's Beth Hewitt. I'm originally from Norwich and I'm doing an MA in Information Studies.
And their captain.
Hello, my name's Stephen Blenken, originally from County Durham, and I'm studying medicine.
Hi, I'm Jolyon Dales. I'm from Aylesbury in Buckinghamshire and I'm studying medicine.
Usual rules: 10 points for starters, 15 for bonuses, 5-point penalties for incorrect interruptions to starters. Fingers on the buzzers. Here's your first starter for 10. Colloquial meanings of what 5-letter word include one who is dull or unsociable, adverse criticism, censure or reprove? In the plural and preceded by the definite article, it means a rural area or anywhere outside a metropolis. And the goal...
Southampton Cheney.
Sticks.
Sticks is correct. Southampton, your first bonuses are on a poet. Firstly, for 5, Song of Myself and I Sing the Body Electric are works by which poet born on Long Island in 1819?
John Browning.
No, it's Walt Whitman. Their titles taken from lines by Whitman. I saw in Louisiana a live oak growing and we two boys together clinging are paintings by which artist born in Bradford in 1937? Come on.
Damien Hirst.
No, it's David Hockney. Hirst is much younger than that. Which composer's 1910 Sea Symphony is set to words by Walt Whitman?
Vaughan Williams.
Correct. Another starter question. Burton's Gentleman's Magazine, founded in Philadelphia in 1837, secured the services 2 years later of which writer and editor, publishing his short stories, including The Man That Was Used Up, William Wilson, and The Fall of the House of Usher?
Brighton Jordan.
Edgar Allan Poe.
You're right. Right, Brighton, your first bonuses there on adaptations of fairy tales. Which fairy tale, first recorded in print in the 18th century, was the basis for a film version directed by Jean Cocteau and released in 1946?
Orpheus in Underworld. Orpheus.
Orpheus?
No, it's Beauty and the Beast. Which fairy tale by Charles Perrault, supposedly based on an historical figure over 2 centuries earlier, was reworked by Angela Carter in her 1979 story, The Bloody Chamber?
French Revolution. French Revolution. I would go for Red Riding Hood.
Little Red Riding Hood?
No, that's Bluebeard. Which fairy tale collected by the Brothers Grimm was the subject of an opera of 1893 by Engelbert Humperdinck?
Hansel and Gretel.
Correct. Another starter question. Which island lying between Norway and the North Pole is the site of the global seed vault?
Brighton Dales.
Svalbard.
Svalbard, Spitsbergen particularly? Yes, you're right. We'll accept that. Your bonuses are on horse racing, Brighton. During the wartime years of 1915 to 1918 and 1940 to 45, the Epsom Derby was run over the July course of which English racecourse?
Ascot.
No, it was Newmarket. In 1940, Thirsk staged which of the 5 English classics for the only time, the race being won by the Aga Khan's Turkan, ridden by Gordon Richards?
St Ledger.
Correct. The St Ledger Stakes was run in 2006 at which northern racecourse while the traditional venue at Doncaster was being redeveloped?
York.
Correct. Another starter question. Be careful not to interrupt too soon. Give the word that completes the following anonymous poem. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, I don't wonder what you are, for by spectroscopic ken I know that you are...
Brighton Jordan.
Hydrogen is right, yes. Your bonuses, Brighton, are on forces and flows in science. In a simple electrical circuit, the current flow depends on the potential difference in the circuit and which other property, the reciprocal of resistivity.
Resistance.
No, it's conductivity. In hydraulics, the velocity of water flow in a pipe in units of meters per second divided by the hydraulic conductivity in meters per second per megapascal is equal to the difference in which physical property along the pipe?
Pressure, I don't know. Pressure, anything?
Pressure.
Correct. The flow of heat along a metal conductor depends on the thermal conductivity and which other property?
Purity.
No, it's temperature difference. We're going to take a picture round now. For your picture starter, you're going to see a flag of a government department, British government department. 10 points if you can give me the full name or the acronym by which it's known.
Southampton Ellison.
Fisheries.
No, anyone want to buzz from Brighton?
Brighton Dales.
DEFRA.
It is the Department for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs. So, following on from the flag of DEFRA, Brighton, you get your bonuses. 3 further flags of British government departments, 5 points each if you can identify the government departments the flags represent. Firstly, the 3-word name for this department, reorganised in 2005.
Ministry of Justice.
No, it's Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs. Secondly, the 3-word name of this department.
Merchant Navy. Coast Guard. Merchant Navy. Or Coast Guard.
Coast Guard.
No, that's the Department of Trade and Industry. And finally, this department.
Coast Guard.
No, that's transport. Lord knows when they fly any of these flags. 10 points for this. Which year saw Brian Lara's record individual innings of 501 not out, the ordination of the first female priest in the Church of England, the inauguration of Nelson Mandela as President of South Africa?
Brighton Dales.
1994.
Correct. Your bonuses now are on lawyers in Dickens, Brighton. In which novel by Dickens is the manipulative lawyer Mr. Tulkinghorn murdered, with several of the characters having reasons for wanting him dead?
Bleak House.
Correct. Which attorney tells the young boy Pip that he has a benefactor who wishes him to be removed from his present sphere of life and brought up as a gentleman, in a word, as a young fellow of great expectations?
Beckett.
No, it's Mr. Jaggers. In David Copperfield, what is the name of Mr. Wickfield's clerk who, through manipulation and blackmail, succeeds in becoming his partner despite his protestation, "We are so very humble"?
Uriah Heep.
Just
Uriah Heep.
Exactly, Uriah Heep is right. Right, 10 points for this data question. What is classified as civil when the centre of the sun is geometrically 6 degrees below the horizon, nautical when it is 12 degrees below, and astronomical at 18 degrees below? The OED describes it as the light diffused by the reflection of the sun's rays from the atmosphere before sunrise.
Southampton Cheney.
Sunset.
No, I've used 5 points, and after sunset. No, Brighton's going to tell me it's twilight. 10 points for this. Invented by an Amsterdam school teacher, which sport is played on a rectangular court measuring 40 metres by 20 and is a combination of netball and basketball designed to be played by mixed teams of men and women?
Southampton Lee.
Korfball?
Correct. Your bonuses, Southampton, are on a European dynasty. Which European dynasty takes its name from the Latin form of the name of the Frankish ruler who defeated the Moors somewhere between Tours and Poitiers in 732?
The Capetians.
No, no, they're Carolingian. Which grandson of Charles Martel was crowned emperor at Aachen in 800?
Hugues Capet.
No, that was Charlemagne. And what uncomplimentary nickname was given to Charles II, a grandson of Charlemagne, who was emperor of the West from 875 to 877?
Charles the Fat.
It was Charles the Bald. 10 points for this. What object was discovered by Giuseppe Piazzi in 1801? It was at first thought to be the missing planet between Mars and Jupiter, but later reclassified as an asteroid.
Southampton Lee.
Ceres.
Ceres is correct, yes. Get a set of bonuses now on South America. Its name meaning great hunting ground. Which alluvial plain extends from southern Bolivia through Paraguay to northern Argentina?
Pampas.
That's the Gran Chaco. Which country's principal river is the Magdalena? It rises in the Andes and flows northwards for about 1,000 miles to enter the Caribbean Sea at Barranquilla.
Venezuela.
It's Colombia. Oil slicks regularly occur on which lake in Venezuela that provides the bulk of the country's oil production?
Lake Venezuela.
No, it's Lake Maracaibo. 10 points for this. De Legibus, De Officiis and De Natura Deorum are among the works of which Roman author and statesman also remembered for his Philippics, the series of orations he delivered against Mark Antony?
Southampton Lee.
Cicero?
It is Marcus Tullius Cicero. Yes, well done. Your bonuses, Southampton, are on cell biology. For each description, I want the name of the cell component. Which cell organelle, often the largest, contains chromatin enclosed within an envelope of 2 membranes?
Nucleus.
Correct. Which organelle has an envelope of 2 membranes, the inner folded to form cristae, which are the sites of oxidative phosphorylation and electron transport?
Mitochondria.
Mitochondrion is correct, yes. Which small subcellular structure, the site of protein synthesis, consists of a large and a small subunit, each made of RNA and protein?
Chlorophyll.
That's a ribosome. We're going to take a music round now. For your music starter, you'll hear a well-known piece of popular music. 10 points if you can identify who's singing.
Brighton Jordan.
Anita Dobson.
It is Anita Dobson, yes. You, of course, will recall she was a star in EastEnders. Your music bonus is 3 more soap actors who had various levels of success with their singing careers. In each case, I want you to give me their real names and the soap in which they first appeared. Firstly, for 5 points.
Don't you think it's time we reinvestigate the situation? Put some fruit on your plate. You've forgotten how it started.
Natalie Imbruglia, Neighbours.
Correct. Secondly, the actor in the soap.
No.
Why should you know, frankly? I mean, it would be insulting to know, wouldn't it? It's Adam Rickett and Coronation Street, apparently. Finally.
This is my moment. This is my perfect moment with you.
Martine McCutcheon, EastEnders.
Well done. 10 points for this starter question now. Which seven-letter word can mean both a failure to fulfil an obligation, especially to pay money, and a pre-selected option adopted by a computer program when no...
Brighton Jordan.
Default.
Default is right. Your bonuses now are on love in Shakespeare. In each case, name the play in which the following words occur. The course of true love never did run smooth.
It's Romeo and Juliet, isn't it?
Romeo and Juliet?
It's A Midsummer Night's Dream. It's Lysander. I love you with so much of my heart that none is left to protest.
Romeo and Juliet?
So that's Much Ado About Nothing. And finally, You Are a Lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above a common bound.
Romeo and Juliet.
You got there in the end, yes. 10 points for this starter question. What method of volumetric analysis involves one reagent being added slowly to a volume of another reagent until an end...
Southampton lead.
Titration.
Titration is right, yes. Your bonuses are on the title, Southampton. What word denoting a ruler or monarch links the names of a purple butterfly, a scarlet-flowered runner bean, and the largest species of penguin?
Emperor.
Correct. Which composer wrote the Emperor String Quartet in C major, the slow movement of which includes variations on a tune from his Emperor's Hymn of 1797, which was the national hymn of Austria until 1918?
Haydn.
Correct. The Last Emperor, the Oscar-winning film of 1987, based on the autobiography of Acin Gioro Puyi, was directed by which Italian filmmaker?
Sergio Leone.
No, it was Bernardo Bertolucci. 10 points for this. What surname has been shared by three poets, the authors respectively of works entitled Out in the Dark, The Hill Farmer Speaks, and Do Not Go Gentle into That Good Night?
Brighton Jordan.
Thomas.
Yes. Your bonuses, Brighton, are on architectural terms. Originally meaning a raised platform for a Roman commanding officer or magistrate, what word now means a judicial body?
No.
It's tribunal. The Roman triclinium, often arranged with three couches in a horseshoe, was a room with what main function?
Bathhouse.
It was a dining room. Situated beneath a clerestory, the triforium is a type of walled gallery in what kind of building?
Church.
Correct. 10 points for this starter question. What two-word term describes France between the end of the Second World War and 1958, when Charles de Gaulle introduced a new constitution?
Southampton Lee.
The Fourth Republic.
It is the Fourth Republic, yes. Southampton, your bonuses are on a disease now. Born in 1845, the French physician Alphonse Laverin is credited with the discovery of which blood parasite, the cause of malaria?
Mosquito.
It's Plasmodium vivax. In the 1890s, the British Ronald Ross and the Italian Giovanni Grassi both independently confirmed that the vector of Plasmodium was what genus of mosquito?
Yellow mosquito.
No, it's the Anopheles mosquito. In 1939, the Swiss chemist Paul Hermann Müller synthesized which chemical formerly important in the control of the mosquito?
Guanine.
No, it's DDT. 10 points for this. What cabinet office has been held since 1989 by John Major, Norman Lamont, Kenneth Clarke?
Brighton Jordan.
Chancellor of the Exchequer.
Correct. Your bonuses, Brighton, are on flags. Which national flag is a blue, yellow and red tricolour that combines the colours from flags of Moldavia and Wallachia, whose union formed the country in the 19th century?
Romania.
Correct. The flag of Romania is identical to that of which country which shares borders with Libya, Sudan, the Central African Republic and Nigeria?
Chad.
Correct. The flag of which microstate resembles those of Chad and Romania, but includes symbols that represent the Bishop of Urgell, one of the country's two co-princes?
San Marino.
No, it's Andorra. We're going to take our second picture round now. For your picture starter, you're going to see a photograph of a historical figure. 10 points. Please name him.
Brighton Dales.
Chamberlain.
It is Neville Chamberlain, yes. Returning there from the Munich Conference of 1938, picture bonuses, 3 more signatories of historical documents. In each case, I want you to name the person signing the document. First for 5, the seated figure in the foreground.
Eisenhower.
No, it's General Douglas MacArthur signing the Japanese instrument of surrender. Secondly, the seated figure here. Let's have an answer, please.
Nehru.
Nehru. No, it's Molotov signing the non-aggression pact with the Nazis. And finally, both signatories here.
Gorbachev and Reagan.
Correct. Another starter question now. What is the common name of the whale species Megaptera novianglii, whose songs, first analysed in 1971, are generally regarded as the most complex non-human...
Southampton Ellison.
Humpback whale.
Correct. Your bonuses are on a name. The unit of acceleration used in geological surveying is named after which scientist who discovered that freely falling bodies, whether heavy or light, have the same constant acceleration?
Galileo.
Correct. The spacecraft Galileo was launched in 1989 on a 6-year journey to which planet, the major satellites of which were first observed by Galileo in 1610?
Saturn.
That's Jupiter. Galileo Galilei International Airport is in which Italian city where Galileo was born in 1564?
Florence.
No, it's Pisa. 4.5 minutes to go. 10 points for this. What may be defined as an arc-shaped optical and meteorological phenomenon by which a spectrum of light appears in the sky?
Southampton Lee.
Rainbow.
Rainbow is right. Your bonuses now are on book titles. One Fat Englishman is a 1963 work by which prolific novelist, author of The Old Devils and Difficulties with Girls?
Graham Greene.
No, it's Kingsley Amis. The Last Englishman by Byron Rogers is a biography of which novelist, noted for A Month in the Country and How Steeple's Cinderby Wanderers won the FA Cup? Come on.
George Orwell.
No, it's J.L. Carr. Which political figure does the historian Christopher Hill call God's Englishman in the title of a work on the 17th century English Revolution?
Oliver Cromwell.
Correct. Another starter question. The City and the Stars, Rendezvous with Rama, and a short story called The Sentinel are among the works of which science fiction author who died in Sri Lanka in 2008?
Southampton Cheney.
Isaac Asimov.
No, anyone to pass from Brighton?
Brighton Jordan.
Arthur C. Clarke.
Correct. Your bonuses now are on the element nitrogen. Nitrogen, in its most oxidized form in nature, is found in the soil as which anion? Come on.
Ammonium.
No, it's nitrate, NO3-. The bacteria Nitrosomonas and Nitrobacter together convert which cation into nitrate in the soil? Come on, let's have an answer, please.
Ammonia.
No, it's ammonium, NH4+, not NH3. Molecular nitrogen in the atmosphere can be converted by the bacterium Rhizobium into ammonia and ammonium ions in which structures on the roots of legumes?
Oh, it's nodules. It's pea nodules. Oh, I don't know.
Quickly.
P nodules.
Nodules is correct, yes. 10 points for this starter question, 2.5 minutes to go. Which North African city links the mathematician Eratosthenes, the Neoplatonist philosopher Hypatia, and the poet Constantine Cavafy?
Brighton Blinken.
Tripoli.
Anyone want to buzz from Southampton?
Southampton lead.
Alexandria.
Alexandria is correct. You get a set of bonuses on US state capitals. Originally known as Lancaster, the capital of which US state was renamed in 1867 in honour of Abraham Lincoln?
Massachusetts.
No, it's Nebraska. Known from 1821 by the name of a US president, which southern state capital on the Pearl River was originally established as a trading post called Lafleur's Bluff?
Louisiana.
No, it was Jackson, Mississippi. Situated on the river after which the state is named, Jefferson City is the capital of which US state?
Mississippi.
No, it's Missouri. 10 points for this starter question. Sinful Davy and A Walk with Love and Death, both made in 1969, Pritzi's Honour in 1985, and The Dead 2 years later, all starred which actress, being directed in each instance by her father?
Southampton Ellison.
Angelica Houston.
Correct. Your bonuses now are on French composers, all born during the 1830s. In each case, name the composer of the following. Firstly, the opera L'Acmé and the ballets Coppelia and Sylvia.
Delius.
No, it's Delibes. Second, the opera The Pearl Fishers and the incidental music to Daudet's play La Lésienne. Come on. I need an answer, please.
Debussy.
No, it's Bizet. Finally, the Carnival of the Animals, Danse Macabre, and Samson and Delilah.
Camille Saint-Saëns.
Correct. Another starter question. A Roman Catholic cleric's skull cap is called a zucchetto. It is black for a priest, purple for a bishop, and red for a cardinal. What colour is worn by the Pope?
Brighton Jordan.
White.
White is correct. Your bonuses now are linked by a place. Which present-day administrative region of France is the only one to share its border with Belgium, Luxembourg and Germany? Quickly.
Strasbourg.
No, it's Lorraine. Which city was, from the 12th century to 1766, the capital of the independent Duchy of Lorraine? Quickly.
Strasbourg.
No, it's Nancy. The Cross of Lorraine with a double bar is also known by what name after the French general? At the gong, Southampton have 135, Brighton have 190. Well, bad luck, Southampton. You had some great answers to starter questions, but you didn't really follow through on the bonuses quite enough. But thank you for joining us. Brighton 190 is a very good score. We should look forward to seeing you in round 2. I hope you can join us next time. But until then, it's goodbye from the University of Southampton.
Goodbye.
Bye. It's goodbye from the University of Brighton.
Bye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.
Food lover and adventurer Valentine Warner unearths the finest food autumn has to offer in a new series next year on BBC Two. While on BBC 4, find the missing link in the new lateral thinking quiz Only Connect.